Dear students, welcome to Sia's digital classes. Today, let us know what are index numbers in this introduction class. This is Unit 2. We call it as index numbers. So, what is index number? How it goes on? Let us learn in this unit. So, we have question here. Define index number. What are its features and uses? So, let us learn what is index number here. So, index numbers are numerical values or devices or series of numbers that measure the average changes in the price or quantity. So, here is the word always will get, that is price and quantity. So, index number is all about price and quantity. So, index in college we have index, right? So what that resembles, index means there our percentage, if exams are going on, our pass percentage or our attendance percentage that they'll display, so that everybody will come to know how the timetable and all are there. So they'll display on the index. So here also we have an index number where we can learn about quantities and the prices of the commodities, how they are ranging. So price is impacting quantity or quantity impacts the price and all, and how market will go on based on the situations, that all we'll learn here. So like prices are high, like every year prices are going up but not the income. So how we have to deal, that all we'll be learning in this unit. So index numbers is all about price and quantities, and that all will consider at some averages. So again that mean and mean itself, but in terms of averages for price and quantities we'll be learning in this unit. So that is your definition. All the percentages we'll be getting here. So let us check it out. Characteristics also here. First one we have measure the change in percentages. Yes, obviously whenever we want to compare the things, definitely we'll go for making its averages, nothing but we'll go for obtaining its percentages. So percentages will consider, so that we will try to find out how the prices are ranging year after year, or how much quantity we are getting for the so and so price. So what they have given here, so index numbers measure the change in price or quantities in terms of percentages, such as 10%, 20, 15, 25, like that. So whatever the percentage we are going to get, that all we'll try to identify through some different formulas for prices as well as quantities simultaneously. We'll call them as weights. Like price they have given, in terms of quantities we have to consider, means quantities will consider as weights to that, and we'll try to identify the percentages. So like that, increase or decrease in the value represented on once a single figure, like 10% increase in the sales from previous year to current year, 30% decrease in profits when compared to that of last year, so on. So this is the example they have given. So like 10% has been increased from the previous year, or it has decreased for 30%, like that we can identify by using the index number formulas. So in percentages we'll reveal the answers, or we'll try to find out the answers in terms of percentages. Like it's a comparison, right? Always averages means it's not jumping to the exact value. We can present them in some averages or the percentages. So 10% prices have been increased, or 20% prices are decreased, like that we'll try to identify in this unit. So that is your first characteristics here. Now let us check it out one more, that is specialized averages we have. So generally whenever we'll take the formulas, we'll try to find out how the prices are going on. What we do is whatever the quantities we have, quantities in the sense like 1 kg of rice, 1 liter of oil, like that we'll consider, right? Quantity means what's that? So whatever the items you are considering, that in terms of kgs, in terms of liters, milligrams, like that we'll consider, right? So whenever like that we'll consider, we cannot generalize that. So like for every product, for everything together, if I want to give the answer like 10% prices are going up, which prices, again if I consider quantities, then again there comes the units, so that is kgs, liters, like that. So sometimes what happens is generalized price levels I want to give, so there what I do is I don't consider the units. general quantities I'll call. I'll never take kgs or liters into consideration. So like that, I can generalize for the entire products whatever I have, or entire data whatever I have with me. So generalized price levels, I'll just give it off like last year to this year, 10% hike as we got. So because all the units I have taken as zero, or I did not considered the particular units. So that is one type of problem solving. So whenever quantities are not so important, like generalized quantities I can consider. But sometimes what happens that like quantities also should be considered. Like some data we have, like some products I have in kgs, some products I have in liters. So I can't mix up both of them and I can't give my answers directly. So such a type of things I'll call as specialized averages. So I'll do average itself, but I'll consider their particular quantities also. So this is how the second feature goes on. Whenever we require quantities also should be considered, particularly we'll go for this specialized averages. So that's what they have mentioned here. Single figure known as average is used for representing characteristics of complete set of data. So single figure always will use, but sometimes particular units we need to consider. So at that point of time we'll go for specialized averages. That is your second feature. Now let us go for the third one. The measure changes cannot be observed directly. So what happens here is, whatever the changes we are considering, like definition itself we considered, like a price and quantities, how they are going up and down, that will consider, but not like exactly like 10 rupees pen rate has some pen I'm considering, its pen rate has increased to 10 rupees, it's next year 20 rupees, like that exact values will never give. We'll try to get in percentages. So such again the same feature I'm giving here, that is whatever the measured we are measuring measurement we are considering, that is exactly we can't reveal over there. So that's what we are discussing, that is index numbers do not measure the changes directly. Index numbers do not measure the changes directly, but it studies the relative changes or variations in factor resulting changes, like measuring changes in export imports related to the factors such as available raw materials, technology and competitors. So exports, imports, whatever we have, like that will directly will not jump for the conclusion. We'll try to check it out, how the materials are going on, how the technology we have, how the competitors are going on. So let us check this the measured changes cannot be observed directly. The third point let us discuss now. So that is measured changes cannot be observed directly. So that is index numbers do not measure the changes directly, but it studies the relative changes or variations in factors resulting to the changes, like measuring changes, exports, imports, like that. So directly we will not consider the changes they are telling. So whatever the relative changes we have based on the exports, imports, like factors which are impacting them, like raw materials, its technology, whatever we have, and outside competitors, whatever we have, based on them we'll try to find it out. For that we are telling directly will not give the result over there. So that is your third point. Now let us go for the fourth point. Measures changes in relation to time or place. So whatever the measures we are considering, that is based on the time and place, and situations also will change. Like many of the time index numbers is used to find out the changes in prices, like year after year how prices are going up or down, but based on the situations also. Like if you consider average income of the middle class people, that is some in thousands, in lakhs, if you consider, that is vast difference you have with the higher upper middle class or high class or very low class. So income itself we have a lot of variation. So I can't give directly that so and so prices are going up, so how it impacts the ordinary people or the high income people. So situations are different here. So whenever I want to consider for middle lower prices, like lower income people prices, how they are maintaining their budget, definitely I'll check it out how the prices are going on for the only for that middle class people income. So I'll consider income range from like 10,000 to 20,000 or 20,000 to 50,000. I'll keep the range, and simultaneously I'll try to check the increase in price and how they are managing with their budget, like that. If I'll go for lower income, more less than 10,000, so my price limit will be from like 1,000 to 10,000 itself. So for that I'll try to check it out how the prices are impacting their budget. So situations are quite different, right? So 1,000 to 10,000 earning is quite different to 10,000 to 50,000 or some lakhs earning. So I can't justify both of them are the same impact we got for middle class and lower middle class or higher classes. So I can't judge like that. So based on the situation, I'll go for my formulas. That's what is the fourth feature here. So that is change measures, the same formula but measures will be different whenever the time period or the situations will be different. So that's what is your fourth point. The same they have given here. Check it out. Sales or revenue of current year is compared with that of previous year sales or revenue. So the sales or revenue whatever you have, will try to compare with the previous year and current year, but based on the standard of living. Standard of living in the sense the income whatever we are earning. So that is your fourth type of measures of changes in relation to time or place. Time period also can be considered, based on the place and situations also can be considered. So this is your fourth point. Hope you have understood all index number definition and its features. See you all in the next session. Thank you.